Hey guys, this is Erica Chakowski, and I'm here at the show floor at Does 15, and I'm talking with Eddie Garcia. He's a consultant with Bluware, and we're going to talk a little bit about automation. You're on a panel with a ton of really knowledgeable people, and you're going to talk a little bit about your experiences working with Shell and what you've learned. So one of my first questions is, what are some of the big mistakes that you see people make, and how can they learn from those mistakes when they're going to automate?
So I think what I want to talk about is some of the biggest mistakes I make when I hit an engagement like this, because it's one thing that I find common. The technologies are different anywhere you go.
Right.
The problem is different anywhere you go, but there are some constants, and the constant is people are a little bit averse to change.
Yep.
And people are a little bit protective of what they've done and how they've done it, and so they have a legacy of what they're doing,
right.
And that's constant across all customers. Right?
Okay.
So the mistakes that I have made have been more of the approach with which I come in. Right? I've been brought in to solve a problem. I've been brought in to streamline a process, and recently I've taken time to figure out what are all the common mistakes I've been making. So I would say empathy is a very, very big thing, right? Your customers, they have feelings. They're not afraid of change. They just don't like being changed.
Right.
That's a very big thing,
I like
right?
that. That's a big distinction.
It's come in and find the set of customers within the bigger engagement that are feeling the most pain.
Okay.
And that are the most open to change.
Okay.
And take their problem, and within the context of what you're trying to do, solve that for them. And now you've just taken the biggest painful piece and shown that it can be done differently and it can be done better. And now you've got a set of advocates that are now going out there looking for other people, telling people about how good the situation is, and finding new cases for you to come in. So you get 2 or 3 of these small cases and make big differences. And then the customers tend to turn around and say, hey, we want more of that, right? I want to get on that. I want to be next on the plate. And so I think that is take an agile approach. Find a small, difficult problem, solve it, streamline the process, and then I think the customers will come to you to line up for the next problem to
right,
solve.
Definitely. It's interesting because we're talking about automation that's very technology focused, but not a single thing, have you mentioned, has to do with technology
so
at all.
That's my biggest thing. So what to do when you have the wherewithal to do it, it's really cultural to me. It's finding the culture, changing the way they look at the problems,
right.
And then making sure that once they change the way they're looking at it, they're not going to reintroduce the same types of problems again.
Right.
So it is really non-technical, I think. Now the technical results we'll get is like, I've taken processes that were 22 hours long and brought them down to 8.
Wow.
I've taken release cycles that were 3 to 4 weeks long and brought them down to basically a week.
Wow.
So those kinds of things are you can do them, but it's really the people power, is getting them on board and to buy in.
I think that's a running theme we see throughout this entire conference.
Yep.
So, Eddie, I really appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
All right.